me share my screen. Are you able to see my screen now?
No. Yes.
Right. So in our previous session, we have discussed about what a sample program, right? We have
Yeah.
discussed about the control statements,
Mm-hmm.
right? So now let us discuss something about arrays. So do you have any idea about what is an array and how to work with array?
I have an idea of an array. Yes.
Yeah, array means what?
It's like you're trying to make a data set with the same name and you index it through numbers.
Exactly, right? Array is nothing but a collection of similar data type elements.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, array is a collection of similar data type elements. That means if I am creating an integer array, I can store only the integer values.
Can you do me a favor? Can you send me these copies that you make? Like these things which
Yeah,
you
for
make?
sure.
Why don't you send it to me?
Okay, for sure. After the session, I will send the document for you. Okay,
Perfect.
right. So array means what? An array is nothing but right a collection of similar data types, right?
Mm-hmm.
And one more thing, you asked me to develop some slides, right?
Yeah. Did you?
Yeah, yeah. From next session onwards, I will explain through the slides only. Okay.
It means anything is good. This is also good. Let's see how this goes out.
Yeah. Okay. Right. Why? Because I already told you, right? I don't follow any schedule kind of things. That means today I have to explain topic one, tomorrow topic two, like that. In the
Okay.
sequence, we are going to follow.
Yeah.
Okay. For each and every session, my schedule and my course structure will be changed, will be different.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why I can't depend on other slides. Okay.
Perfect.
Right. So an array is what? An array is nothing but a collection of similar data types. So let
Mm-hmm.
us take an example. I am taking an integer array like this. Integer a equal to 10 I am taking, and then a equal to 20 I am giving here.
Mm-hmm.
Right. In my program, I am having two statements like this. Integer a equal to 10, a equal to 20. Right. That
Mm-hmm.
means we need to store 10 and 20 both the values in this variable a.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry. We need to store both the values in this variable a.
One second.
No,
Uh,
right? It doesn't store both
no,
the values.
no, it doesn't store
Right.
both the values.
Exactly. First it will initialize the variable a of
Mm-hmm.
type integer with the value 10, right? Then the value 10 will be overridden by 20,
Yeah.
right? So now if I try to display the value of a, it will display 20 only. Why? Because a variable can store a maximum of only one value,
Mm-hmm.
right? So now if you want to store multiple values, what we need to do? Simply we need to go for array,
Mm-hmm.
right? Simply we need to go for an array. So let me remove all these things here. Let me create an array like this. See, coming to array, generally you can find two types of arrays here. First one is single dimensional array. Second one is multi-dimensional array. Single dimension means 1D array. Multi-dimension means it may be 2 dimension, 3 dimension, and so on.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Anyhow, you're having some basic knowledge on arrays, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Right, Shirish?
Yes,
Yeah.
I do.
So let me explain the brief thing. Briefly, we'll explain about arrays, and we are going to enter into methods concepts for today. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So let me create a sample array now. I am trying to create an array like this. Integer a of I'm taking. So if you are having like this means you are trying to create an array of single dimension with the name a of type integer.
Mm-hmm.
Right. This indicates a single dimension array here. Okay. The
Yep.
pair of square braces will indicate a single dimension array, and this is the name and this is the data type.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So as I already told you, an array means what? An array is nothing but a collection of similar data types or not.
Yep.
Right. So coming to here, what can I do is I can store a similar data type elements, a collection of elements I can store.
Mm-hmm.
Like this, I can store a collection of elements here. So
Mm-hmm.
now is it possible to store any double value like this? Right. Here what I am doing is I am trying to store a numeric value with some decimal points. Is this possible for us to store in an
No,
integer array?
no.
Exactly, right? It is not possible. So let me compile this program. Let me check it. Whether it will compile or not. Right. What is my program name? My class, right?
Mm.
Java C space my class Java. Is this compile now? No, right? What did he say?
It's saying
Yeah,
one error.
sorry. No, that's not the genuine error. Here we are having here the closing and the opening brace are not matching, so that's why it is giving that error.
Which one?
Okay, once again let me compile this. Now what it is saying? Possible loss of precision it is saying. Why? Because found is double but required is integer.
Yeah.
Found is double but required is integer. So that's why what it is saying, there is some loss of precision, there is some loss of data. So that's why you're not supposed to use this one. Like that, it is warning you.
Yep.
Right? So now let me remove this from here. I have removed it. Now let me compile the program. Is this compile now? Obviously it was compiled. Right? So now my requirement is what? I need to retrieve the data from this array, right?
Yes.
I need to retrieve the data from this array. Before retrieving the data, we have to know how the data is stored in your array. Right? As you already told me, the data is stored in an array by using the index value. Okay, by using the index value. So total how many elements are there in this array? How many elements are there?
5. Oh, 1,
Seven.
2,
Seven elements
3,
are there.
7.
Exactly, right? 7 elements are there. So what will be the minimum index and maximum index?
Minimum is 7.
No, minimum and maximum indexes.
Minimum indexes will be 1, maximum is 7 or infinite.
No, minimum index will start with 0.
Oh yeah, sorry,
Okay?
0,
In
1.
Java,
Yeah,
the index will start with 0.
0.
So from 0, what is the 0th element here? 10 is the 0th element.
10.
1, right? 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That means what will be the minimum and maximum index values here? 0 to 6.
Yeah.
Right? And did you find what is the relationship between the maximum index and the size?
It's n minus
Maximum
1.
index equal to, exactly, what is that?
N minus 1.
Exactly, maximum index equal to size minus 1 over here. Right? So now what I need to do? I need to create an array. So I need to create a loop here, which is used to retrieve the data from this element or not. Right? So let me do that now. If you want to display the value, you have to give a of some index value you have to give. Right? And the index value has to vary from where to where.
Index value
Right?
has to vary from I
From 0 to
6.
I should be less than or equal to 6 and I plus plus.
Yep.
Right? So let me compile this. It was compiled successfully. Let me execute the program, press enter. Now you can find the output or not.
Yes.
Right. So now let us give something like this. I less than or equal to 7 I am giving. So now what is your expected output? Will it work?
It should work.
Right? So from 0 to 7, what is the 7th element in your array?
Null or some random value.
No, it won't give any default values here. Okay, why? Because see, it is something like an index means what? It's something like a portion. In the first portion 10 is there, in the second portion 78 is there. Right? Like something like an apartment. In the 0th, in the ground floor 10 is there. First floor 78 is there. In the second floor 90 is there. Likewise, we are having only 6 floors. If you try to go for 7th floor, what will happen? Nothing is there, right? So it won't allow you to go for 7th floor or not.
Yeah, it won't allow you.
Right? Likewise, here also, that means it is out of range. Here also it is out of range. Which one is out of range? The array index is out of range. Right? The array index for 7 is out of range here. So it will reflex you to cause an error, something like array index out of bounds exception. Compile this. It was compiled successfully. Execute this one. So up to 90, that means up to 7 elements it is displaying. But array index of 7 means it has to retrieve the 8th element, which is not there in your array. Right? So it is returning an exception like this: java.lang.array index out of bounds exception for the index value 7. Right? How to analyze this array index? How to analyze this exception? Array index out of bounds. That means the index you are using is out of bounds. It is not in the range. Okay, Shirish, till now is it clear for you?
Yes.
Yeah. So like this you have to work with that. So to avoid this type of errors, what you have to do is you can go for this. I should be less than or equal. I should be less than, right? A dot length. If you give a dot length, it will calculate the size of your array and it will retrieve here. What is the size of your array? 7, right?
Yeah.
So integer I equal to 0 to I should be less than 7. I should be less than 7 means up to where it will execute, up to the value 6 only it will execute. Right? So now let me compile this. Is this compiled? It was compiled successfully. It was executed successfully, right?
Mm.
So now let us take an example. Here I am giving equals. If I give equals, what will happen? Once again, it will raise exception or not?
Yes.
Why? Because now it will try to retrieve the value at e of 7 also,
Yep.
right? So
Yep.
to avoid getting these type of errors, what we have to do is we have to do like this: integer I colon a, right? This is for each. Okay, this is for each loop. While we are discussing about control statements, I didn't explain about for each, right?
Mm-hmm.
Why? Because if you want to know about for each loop, it is mandatory to know about either the arrays concept or collection framework.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so right now what I am doing is I am using for each here. Okay, anyhow I will explain the condition later. Why I am giving integer I colon a, I will explain later. So
Mm-hmm.
just observe here. Is this compiled?
Yes.
Yes, right. It was compiled successfully. Execute the program. Now
Mm-hmm.
we can find output. That means what it is doing. See here, what we are printing. We are printing the value of I only or not,
Yes.
right? If I try to print the value of I, it is returning all the elements in my array.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So now can you please explain me what is for of integer I colon a means? Yes.
It is actually accepting all the values of a and looping it with for
Exactly. Accepting all the values of a at a single moment of time or
multiple.
multiple times. That means what? Right?
So
I can explain integer I colon a like this.
mm,
For each and every element, right? For each element of a equal to I. Can I say
mm,
like that?
yeah.
Right? For each element of a equal to I. So
Mm,
initially I equal to 10, then I equal to 78, then I equal to 90, then I equal to 54, like that up to I equal to 90.
mm-hmm.
So you're displaying anyhow, you're displaying the values of I here,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Yep.
So because of that reason only people are calling it as for each loop. But actually each is not a keyword in Java.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Shirish? In
Yeah.
do while, do is one keyword, while is one keyword.
Mm-hmm.
In if is one keyword, else is one more keyword,
Mm-hmm.
right? In switch case, switch is one keyword, case is one more keyword.
Mm-hmm.
But in for each is only the keyword, but each is not the keyword.
Mm-hmm.
But still, why people are calling it as for each means that is the reason.
Perfect.
Okay, so till now is it clear for you?
Yes.
Right. So now coming to your entire program, how many arrays we are having?
One
One. What is the array name?
a
A. Right? How can you define A is an array here?
because of the statement or the creation value wherein a bracket 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 defines array.
Exactly. That means a pair of square braces.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yep.
So you can find the same a pair of square braces here also, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right. Then can you please explain this one? What is this?
It's an array for strings, array of strings for the element args.
Exactly. Right?
Mm,
It indicates a single dimension array with the name args of type string. Exactly. Right? So now let me do something. Now let me calculate what is the size of this array.
mhm,
Okay. How can I calculate the size of this array? By giving array name. What is array name here? Args, right?
mhm,
So let me make it as args dot. I'm making it as length now.
okay.
Args dot length I'm giving.
Mhm,
Okay. If I give args dot length means what will happen? It will find what is the size of this what is the size of this array or
array.
not,
Yes.
right? So now let me check it. Is this compiled? It was compiled successfully and it was executed successfully. So what is the length of your array? What is the size of your array now?
0.
0. That means no element is there in your array.
Mhm,
Okay, no element is there in your array. So
mm,
now what I am trying to do is I am trying to retrieve arguments of 0 here. I am trying to retrieve arguments of 0 here. Now will you please explain me what is your expected output if I compile and execute the program? Will it work fine?
sorry.
If I press enter, will it work fine or will it give any exception here?
Mm, it should it should
No,
give
observe the program.
exception.
Exactly. Right? What is the exception name? Did you remember that one?
That array doesn't have that index doesn't have any value in it.
Exactly. Array index out of bounds exception.
Mhm.
Right? Array index out of bounds exception. But meanwhile, it will display the length of your array. That means 0 it will display. After
Mhm.
that, while it is trying to retrieve the element, while it is trying to retrieve the first element from the index 0, it will give an exception. Array index out of bound exception for the index 0. Are you getting the expected output only and expected error here?
Yes,
Yes, right? Why it is raising this type of exception? Why?
because it's
Because there
doesn't
is no
contain
element in the
anything.
arguments array.
Yeah,
Right? So now how can I pass the elements into that arguments array?
you add in some value by taking in a printout command or something.
Yeah, exactly right. That means what? At any cost, we need to add some value to the arguments array,
Hmm.
right? Basically, it is called as arguments. ERGS will refers to arguments, okay?
Yes.
Right? ERGS will refers to arguments. So now let me execute the program, right? Coming to here, for the main method, it is expecting a string arguments, right? So
Hmm.
what you have to do is, while you are executing the program only, you have to pass the values here,
Hmm.
okay? While you are executing the program only, you have to pass the values here. So how I
Okay.
am passing the values? Java space my class space good space evening I'm giving,
Hmm.
right? If I press enter, what will happen is the value, that means the string good, will be copied into the arguments of 0,
Hmm.
and the string evening will be copied into the arguments of
One
1, right? So now if I press enter, what is your expected output?
is good.
Yeah, for arguments that link,
Two.
exactly. 2 followed by good, right?
Yeah.
Press enter, right? Exactly, we're getting the expected output,
Hmm.
right? But I can consider the complete term good space evening also as a string, right? As a single string,
Hmm.
right? So how to do that,
Just don't
right?
give
Just observe here.
space. Don't give space.
No, no. Including space also, you need to convert, including space also, I need
Double
to consider
quote.
as a complete one string.
Double
Exactly.
quote. Mm.
We need to use the double quotes. Exactly. Press enter. Now the length is 1 and the string also only good evening.
Mm.
Right? So now just observe here. While I'm executing the program, I'm passing 1, 2, 3 here.
Mm.
If I press enter, will it work now?
Yes.
Yes, right? Exactly. It will work. Why? Because 1, 2, 3 is a combination of 1, 2, and 3. Right? Here these three are what? These three are the numbers, right? These three are the characters only.
Yes.
Maybe they are the numbers, maybe they are the numeric values, but they are the characters also or not,
Hmm.
right? So the collection of characters is what?
One,
Once
two,
again, the collection of characters is string only,
string.
right, Shirish?
Yes.
Once again, the collection of characters is nothing but string only, right?
Hmm.
That's it. Okay, so because that reason, it is acting as a, it is accepting here. It is accepting the numeric values also. Okay, so now let me do something. Now I am trying to accept. I am trying to accept two strings here, and I am trying to display both arguments of 0 and arguments of 1 now.
Hmm.
Okay, so let me compile the program now. Java C space myclass.java. Is this compiled? It was compiled successfully. Let me execute the program. I am passing 1, 2, 3. Then I am passing 4, 5, 6.
Hmm.
Right? So if I press enter, what it has to display? It has to display
Two,
the length equal
one,
to
two,
2.
three, and then four, five, six.
Exactly. The size will be 2, followed by 1, 2, 3, followed by 4, 5, 6.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly. So now what I am trying to do is, I am trying to add these two things. I am trying to add both of them and I am trying to display the result here.
Mm-hmm.
So now what is your expected output? It was compiled successfully. Now
Mm-hmm.
I am trying to pass the values as 1, 2, 3, and 4, 5, 6. If I press enter, what is your expected output?
Nine, six, 9, 7, 5,
Yeah,
5, 9, 7,
yeah, yeah.
five, seven,
Five,
nine,
seven, nine.
five,
Yeah,
seven, nine. Yeah.
right. Yeah, but basically, do you think is this possible to perform arithmetic operations between strings?
No.
No, right? Obviously, no. So coming to here, if you observe arguments of 0 and arguments of 1, what are these two things? Arguments of 0 is an element of type string.
Mm-hmm.
Arguments of 1 also is an element of type string only.
Mm-hmm.
So now if you are giving plus operator here, do you think it is going to perform addition operation? No?
No, it's going to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Exactly. That is called as concatenation.
Mm-hmm.
Right? It doesn't perform any addition operation here, but it will perform concatenation. Okay, but still if your requirement is you need to perform addition operation only here, what you have to do then? You have to
Then.
convert these arguments of 0 and arguments of 1 as integer.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't mean you have to replace with integer, okay? It doesn't allow you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, after getting the value in your program, here itself we have to convert arguments of 0 and arguments of 1 as integers.
Mm-hmm.
That's the solution for this. Okay,
Yes.
so before going to converting, let us discuss something about methods concept,
Mm-hmm.
right? So do you have enough time to discuss about methods concept now,
Yeah. Go on.
or should we continue in the morning?
No.
Why?
Go on. Go
Because in
on.
the morning once again you have to wake up, right?
Yeah. I can. I'm getting it. Go on.
Yeah, right. So let me create a sample program here. I am trying to create a class here with the name method demo.
Mm-hmm.
Right, so let me provide one main method public static void main,
Mm-hmm.
right? So generally commit here, even the main also one method, right? Even
Mm-hmm.
the main also one method, right? So if you observe the method is subdivided into two main categories. This is method signature.
Mm-hmm.
From here to here, the highlighted one is method signature, and from this opening brace to this closing brace, that is method body,
Mm-hmm.
right? That means what are the coding you're writing, where you're copying, we are copying inside the method body only,
Yep.
right? We are copying that completing inside the method body only, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So okay, fine. If you observe here, these two things, that means the access modifiers are not required here. They are not mandatory.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe they are required, but they are not mandatory for us in the method signature.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So coming here, this is what void is here and main is here. What
Mm-hmm.
is void and what is main?
Wide main is, I don't know. It's
Yeah.
default thing.
Main is the method name.
Main is a method name. Okay.
Okay. Main is the method name, and void is the return type here,
Mm-hmm.
right?
What return
Void is
type?
a return type. Void. Sorry.
Data type or return type?
Return type.
Return type. Okay.
Right. Void is a return type. That
Mm-hmm.
means see mainly method is subdivided into two parts. Okay. So first one is method signature. Second one is method body. Right, coming to method signature, the method signature, it is mandatory to provide the return type,
Mm-hmm.
and it is mandatory to provide the method name also,
Mm-hmm.
right? And coming to method name, we can give anything, ABC, XYZ, or anything, something like my method like this also. But the naming convention is the starting letter should be lowercase letter, and the starting letter of second word should be uppercase letter.
Sorry, what?
See, in my method, it is my method name,
Mm-hmm.
right? Here, my is one word and method also one word.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, the starting letter of first word should be lowercase letter, and the starting letter of second word should be, that means from second word onwards it
Mm-hmm.
should be uppercase letter.
Okay. But why
Okay,
is
like this you
the
have to write the
X,
method
Y,
names.
Z and stuff not in uppercase letter?
See, xyz is only one word, abc also only one word,
Mm-hmm.
so I'm using all of them as lowercase letters.
Okay.
If you are having abc method, then you have to start m with uppercase letter.
O- Okay.
Okay,
Method. Mm-hmm.
it's not only method, okay, it's something like maybe any word,
Mm-hmm.
abc calculate. If you're having like this also, you need to maintain the second words first letter as uppercase letter. And one more thing, it is recommended, okay, it is not mandatory.
Okay.
Okay, why? Because our Java program doesn't do validation whether ABC is one word or calculate is one more word like that.
Mm-hmm.
Right? But it is recommended to use like this.
Perfect.
Okay, so coming to return type, the return type is mainly subdivided into two parts: void and non-void.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Are you vegetarian or non-vegetarian?
I'm non-vegetarian.
Right. So what do you mean by non-veg?
The people who don't eat meat.
Yeah. So shall I consider like this? Right? Other than veg, anything will be called as non-veg only or not?
Yes.
Yes, right. Other than veg, anything will be called as non-veg. So
Mm-hmm.
now you want to tell me what is non-void?
Other than void, anything else would be non-void.
Exactly. Right. In the method signature, if void keyword is not there, then you have to assume it's a non-void method.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. In the method signature, if void is not there, then you have to assume what? It's a non-void method.
Yep.
Okay. Right. So let me do something now. Now coming here, what I am doing is, I am, see, now you want to tell me, my main method is void method or non-void method?
Your void method.
Exactly, void method. Why? Because in the
You
method
got
signature,
void.
we are having a void keyword,
Yeah. So I can,
right?
instead of saying
So
void main,
basically,
I can say void anything else.
no, it is mandatory. You have to follow the same method signature.
Okay.
Up to here, you have to use public static void main. That is mandatory.
Okay.
Okay, but here, if you want to do changes, here you can do the changes.
Mm-hmm.
Why? Because ARGS is what it's a variable name, right? It's
Mm-hmm.
a string variable name.
Yes.
Variable means we can change this,
Mm-hmm.
right, Shirish?
Yep.
Variable means we can change that, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So now we have to know what is void and what is non-void. Void means no return type,
Mm-hmm.
right? Non-void means obviously we are having some return type,
Yep.
right? Void means no return type means non-void means what? Having some return type, but we don't know what is the return type here right now,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
right, Shirish? You
Yep.
got my logic here?
Yes.
Yeah. Minimize this one. So now I am trying to create a method with the name add of type void. How can I do that? Can you please explain me what will be the coding here? My method name is void. Sorry, my method name is add, and the return type is void. How can I write the method name here?
Void XYZ or something.
Exactly. I am taking it as add, add.
Mm.
Okay. So coming here, void add is my method name, and this is what? This is a pair of parentheses, right? This is a pair of curly braces,
Yeah.
right? The pair of curly braces will indicate your method body.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So now what I am doing is inside this, I am trying to provide some set of statements here.
Mm.
Integer a equal to 10 I am taking, integer b equal to 20 I am taking,
Mm.
right? Then I am trying to display
Mm.
the result of addition operation between a and b variables here,
Yes.
right? So now
Mm.
let me compile this program. Before that, let me save this method demo.java.
Mm.
Yeah, 1 second, Shirish, I'm getting a call. Please
Yep.
stay online. Yeah, sorry, Shirish. Right.
Mm.
So, okay, fine. Now, if I compile and execute the program, what is your expected output? Right? Now, if I compile and execute the program, what is your expected output?
It should be 30.
Exactly, it should be 30. But observe here what happened. It
It
was
won't
compiled
happen.
successfully. Let me execute the program.
It won't happen.
Press enter.
It
Nothing
won't
is there,
happen. Mm.
right? Why? Because
It's not
whenever you
been
are
called.
executing a program, sorry,
You haven't called the void add anywhere in the main
exactly,
program.
exactly, right? So
Yes.
whenever you are trying to execute any program, what it will do? It will start the execution from the main method only. That means whatever the statements we are having within the main method,
Mm.
only those statements will be executed here.
Yes.
Okay, only the main method will be executed. But
Mm-hmm.
suppose if you want to call add method like this, what you have to do? You have to provide a statements. You have to provide some set of statements which are used to call the add method.
Mm. Yes.
Okay, Shirish?
Yeah. Yeah.
Right. So now if you want to call the add method, what you have to do is first you have to create an object.
Mm-hmm.
Right? See, this is the comment. Comment indicates what? It will increase the readability, right?
Mm-hmm.
Comment will increase the readability and understandability of your program. Right? But it will
Yeah.
not be executed, it will not be compiled here.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So let me provide the coding how to create an object. Class name. To create an object, we have to use the syntax like this.
Mm-hmm.
Class name space object name equal to new space class name. Here coming to object name, we can give anything. Here coming to object name, we can give MD, OBC, or
Mm-hmm.
ABC, right, or DEF, whatever you want to give, you can give it. But I'm taking it as MD right now.
Okay.
Okay, whatever you want to give, you can give here. It
Mm-hmm.
is nothing but we are creating a variable with the name MD of
Mm-hmm.
type method demo only.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, it is same as your integer A. It may be A, B, C, whatever it may be. There will be no problem, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right? So integer a means what? We are creating a variable a
Mm-hmm.
of type integer. Likewise, you can assume this also. We are creating a variable md of type method demo.
Yep.
Okay, right. So now what I need to do after creating an object, I need to call the method or not,
Yes.
right? So if you want to call the method, what I need to do? I need to provide the reference here,
Mm-hmm.
right? md dot add I'm giving.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, md dot add I'm giving. If I give like this, what will happen? Right? It will search for add method in this md class object. That means in this method demo class.
Mm-hmm.
Right? It will search for add method in this md. md stands for method demo, right? In the method demo class, it will search for add method.
Yeah.
Do you have any add method here?
Yes.
Yes, right. So it will execute the method body.
Mm-hmm.
If you are not having the add method here, it will raise one error. Okay, if you are not having that method, it will raise one error.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Shirish, till now is it clear for you?
Yeah.
Right. Compile this one. It was compiled successfully. Execute this one. So now you can find the output here.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So now what I am trying to do is in this program, I am trying to call the same method for 5 times.
Mm-hmm.
Now if I compile and execute the program, what is your expected output?
35 times.
Exactly. It will display 30 for 5 times, right? That means what? Even if I am executing the program for multiple times also, that means even if I am calling the method for multiple times also,
Mm-hmm.
it is giving the same result. I don't want to get only 30,
Mm-hmm.
right? I want to get different outputs here. If I want to get different outputs, I need to give different inputs or not,
Yes.
right? That means what I need to do, I need to change the values of AS and B here for each and every calling,
Yep.
right? So if you want to change the values of A and B here, what I need to do, I am not supposed to provide both of them within the method body.
Mm-hmm.
Why? Because if you provide these two variables within the method body, whenever I am calling these methods, it will execute these two statements only,
Yep.
right? So let me remove them. I have removed them from there and I have keep it there. Integer A and integer B I am defining.
Mm-hmm.
Here we have to give only initialization, but it doesn't accept you, right? To accept some values, to send some values for A and B here.
Mm-hmm.
Here just we have to initialize them. That's it.
Okay.
Okay. So now what I need to do? I need to pass the values for these two variables, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right. Whenever you are calling this method, then only you need to pass the values for these two variables. So let me do that now. md dot add of 100 comma 200 I'm taking.
Mm-hmm.
md dot add of 20 comma 40 I'm taking.
Mm-hmm.
md dot add of 55 comma 90 I'm taking.
Mm-hmm.
md dot add of 34 comma 66 I'm taking. md dot add of 3345 comma some 987 I'm taking.
Mm-hmm.
That means for the first time while you are calling the method, it will assign the value 100 to the variable A, and then it will assign the value 200 for the variable B,
Mm-hmm.
and it will perform the addition operation and it will display the result.
Mm-hmm.
Right? For the second time, it will assign value 20 for the variable A and value 40 for the variable B, and it will add both of the variables here. It will display the results and it will close the connection. Close
Yes.
this one.
Mm-hmm.
Right? For the third one, for the fourth one, and for the fifth one also, it will do the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
That means for each and every time while I am calling the method, we are changing the inputs or not.
Yes.
Right? Obviously, if you are changing the inputs, obviously you can expect some change in the output also or not.
Yes.
That's it. So now let me save it. Compile it. Is this compiled? It was compiled successfully and execute it. So now we can find the output here. Right?
Yes.
So till now is it clear for you?
Yes.
Right, Shirish? Right.
Yes. But how
So
do
let
you
us take a small
manually
break for
input
now.
this thing values?
That means dynamically you want to add some
Yeah.
values.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah, in our next session we are going to see that.
Okay. Perfect.
Okay, in our next session, okay, it's a task for you. Okay, under my observation, you only have to work with that by your own.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, it's a small task for you in our next session.
Okay.
Okay, but meanwhile, what you have to do is here I'm hard coding the values, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like I'm providing the add method here. You have to provide some methods for subtraction, right? Multiplication and division also,
Yes.
right? So please try to write those methods also and try to work with them.
Hmm.
Okay, and in our next session we are going to continue with non-void methods, right, and static methods, and then we will see how to send these values dynamically from the user, how to make it as dynamic values.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, in tomorrow's session we will see.
Perfect.
Okay, Shirish.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So till now, do you have any doubts regarding this session and previous sessions?
No.
Right.
No.
If you are having any doubt, please let me know.
Yeah,
Okay.
definitely that.
While you're practicing, for suppose let us take an example. While you're practicing, you got a doubt. So
Mm-hmm.
immediately please mail me.
Okay, perfect. I'll do that.
Okay.
Okay.
So if I'm having enough time, for sure, then only I will reply you.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay. Otherwise, I can see that mail. I can observe the mail, and
Mm-hmm.
in our session, while we are starting the session, I will explain. We will discuss about that mail.
Perfect. Perfect.
Okay, Shirish.
Yep.
Right.
And
Right,
take it.
Shirish. Good night. So
Good
see you
night.
next session.
Yep.
Yeah, next session means for you in the morning 5, for me
Yeah.
in the evening 5:30, right?
Yep.
Yeah. So right now your time is um 9:40, right?
9:40. Yes.
Yeah. Right. Right, Shirish. See you next session. Good
See
night.
you. Bye bye.
Yeah. Bye.